Hello. The object we have chosen for our project is the Bitmoji. The Bitmoji is no doubt one of the obvious signs that technology is advancing at a fast pace. The Bitmoji is basically the representation of one's physical image as emojis. It is used across various social media and messaging platforms, including but not limited to WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, messaging, iMessage, Facebook, GroupMe, and Slack, but mostly on Snapchat. When Bitmoji became popular, it was mostly known to be used on Snapchat. Well, at least when I discovered it, I did on Snapchat. And this is because Snapchat and Bitmoji are in partnership with each other. So it is readily available on Snapchat as filters and emojis, and do not need to be downloaded from the Bitmoji app onto Snapchat. Across these media, it plays similar roles as an uploaded or sent image, profile pictures, or responses. Since they already have words on them and are explanatory, people send them as funny or silly responses, or as whatever response that fits the sender's emotions. With reference to the reading titled Disjuncture and Difference in the Global Cultural Economy, one Bitmoji can mean different things because a slang in the US can mean something different in another country. And so people can use them differently depending on their audience. Also, the Bitmojis have other multiple options that can mean one thing as well, but in different contexts. These live demonstrations can resemble memes. Some people even do the HD live demonstrations and make videos of themselves side by side and in sync with what the Bitmoji is doing. You can also have a Bitmoji featuring you and a friend in it and use it to communicate with that friend in chats. Some people also like to use their Bitmojis as profile pictures on some platforms like WhatsApp. Some other people just like to post it to their Snapchat stories to express how they feel or to emphasize the content of their posts. And like I said earlier, it plays typically the same role across different media and doesn't alter anything. But it helps individuals communicate easily, pass messages across without any misinterpretation, and at the same time, it does all of these in more fun ways than regular emojis will. The Bitmoji is a very attractive feature and can increase people's enthusiasm towards chats, especially for people like me who sometimes don't have the time to respond to social media.
The customization factor of Bitmoji allows the individual to create a reflection of their own image to convey varied emotions, actions, and situations. This means that it can be as realistic or as fantastical as that individual desires. They can give themselves traits that portray their image accurately, or imaginary traits that they don't realistically possess. These traits may not even be in the realm of possibility. The individual is able to pick their own gender, race, or even species. This relates to Louis Althusser's quote, "However, while admitting that they do not correspond to reality, i.e. that they constitute an illusion, we admit that they do make illusion to reality, and that they need only be interpreted to discover the reality of the world behind their imaginary representation of that world. Ideology equals illusion/illusion. This exemplifies Bitmoji as it allows the user to interpret their reality with imagination or accuracy, interpreting their reality as illusion if they so choose. While these are similar to classic emojis, which portray emotion using generic yellow cartoon faces, Bitmoji provides a greater sense of personalization, which gives the subject more freedom to represent themselves. Emojis may be able to represent emotion, but you cannot choose specific traits to resemble yourself as Bitmoji can. You are limited to the options that emoji provide for you, which discourage the individual from interpreting their own realities because they are confined to the reality provided for them. The variety and freedom of representation provided by Bitmoji enable the individual to interpret their own realities in a way that similar forms of media cannot.
Bitmoji is a representation of you. It's a spin-off from the original yellow circles we all use on our phones. We create and personalize the Bitmoji to look the way we do in real life. Having this character resembling you makes using it in conversations more intimate. It becomes interactive with other Bitmoji creations when put into another app such as Snapchat or iMessage. In order to create your personalized emoji, you must download the app. You choose from different hairstyles and colors, nose shapes, body shapes, eyes, and anything that goes into how you portray yourself. If you have a smartphone, then this app was created for you to make texting even easier than it already is. These Bitmojis have the power to have a conversation without the use of typing out the message. Saying happy birthday has never been so easy. Just drop the sticker or image to whomever you wish to send it to, and it's done. The range of emotions and conversations Bitmojis can extend to are spectacular, creative, and a fun way to communicate. This relates to the work of art in the age of its reproducibility. You can reproduce the image of the Bitmoji into other such apps. In quotes, lithography first made it possible for graphic art to market its products not only in large numbers as previously, but in daily changing variations. The messages range from saying hello to saying goodbye, happy birthday, or be there soon.
The ideology behind the use of the Bitmoji gives people the freedom to make their own virtual character or self any way they please. The Bitmoji reveals a new way of expressing emotion through media instead of the standard monotone text or the standard yellow circled emojis. In this age of technology, it serves to create a more positive and healthy environment through media and interactions. In terms of politics, the Bitmoji is linked to the political nature of media, such as the portrayal of the recent election between Clinton and Trump. For example, the fake news Bitmoji and the I want you Bitmoji. The quote, "While each communication technology does have its own individual properties, especially regarding which of these human senses it privileges and which ones it ignores, that can shape the transmission and reception of content in particular ways." This means the Bitmoji's individual properties and technology help shift the way certain types of content can be expressed politically.